What's going down, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Holmes Hobbies Motor Control. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, hanging out in the studio like usual. We've got a SCX-10 sitting over there on the workbench. Last episode we had two of them sitting on the workbench. We did a motor swap, basically swapped out the stock 35 turn for an we swapped out the axial stock 35 turn for a Trailmaster Sport 35 turn from Holmes Hobbies. And basically we saw around the same wheel speed, but definitely a little bit quieter, definitely a little bit more torque on command, and definitely some more control. So that low end control is what we were after. And now I had mentioned that, you know, we're probably going to take it out on this episode and compare the two on trail, but I decided actually before we take them out on trail, I still want to do some more. I would like to actually swap the ESC as well, so that we have a complete Holmes Hobby system in there. BRXL will be perfect combination with that Trailmaster Sport motor, so and it won't take all that long. I figure it'll be a nice short episode. We can go over there, get that done, and then on the next one we'll be able to take it out, and it'll have a BRXL and a Trailmaster Sport, which is a nice affordable combination. It's a great way to get into the Holmes Hobbies products, and it's a great way to start upgrading your SCX-10 or any trail truck for that matter. So that being said, let's go ahead and head over here to the workbench. Let's go. All right, so here we go. You can see I got the beast over here. Basically, hold on, did I just mess this up? I did. There we go. This bad boy is bone stock. It's an SCX-10-2. Only thing that's got changed in it so far is just the motor, and that motor has a top hat on it as well. So I'll go ahead and pull this off here. I just scratched the snot out of that. How did I do that? That was a bad scratch. All right, so let's go ahead and pull it off there. There we can see bone stock SCX-10-2, except for the motor with the hi-hat. And that should be a pretty good combination. I was hoping to get the hi-hat on there a little bit further, honestly, but I wasn't able to get it on any more than that, just because everything's a tight fit right now. And if you guys watched the last episode, you'll see I struggled a little bit because I didn't do it in the right order. So yeah, typical ESP stuff right there. Anyways, it's looking good in there. It runs fine. Everything's great. However, I feel like we need to just swap this out. I don't think this needs to be here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this right here. This is Torquemaster BRXL. This is a waterproof ESC, and yes, it is. It's a beast. It's a monster. Let's go ahead and get this cut open. I always like opening new ESCs. See if we can do this one-handed. There we go. There we go. Looking proper. Now, if you guys are new to the Holmes Hobbies products, you're probably wondering, okay, well, this looks like a Castle Creations ESC. And that is true because it is Castle Creations hardware. However, this runs Holmes Hobbies software, and it has been upgraded. It is also running Holmes Hobbies waterproofing, which is also a nice touch-up. I gotta get that out of there, it's bugging me. So, aside from being upgraded software, it also has upgraded waterproofing. So, I don't know if you guys can actually see that in there or not, but the conformal coating is Holmes Hobbies' way of doing conformal coating, and these are extremely well done. So, great little ESCs, powerhouses, legends in the RC rock crawling industry. They've been around for a minute, and if you look at it in comparison to the AE5 here, it does have a slightly wider footprint, but I mean just barely has a slightly wider footprint, but it's a lot shorter as well. So, and I'm more concerned with height. I like low, flat things when it comes to building up my trucks because I like to have interiors and all that stuff. So eventually this might turn to an ESP anti-spur layout as well. We'll see. But that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this swapped out. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to see if I can pop this off of here cleanly. There we go. Nice and clean. I'm going to disconnect our motor wires. Just like that there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pop this receiver box open. Alright, now we got all the screws out. Go ahead, pop the top off here. Make sure you keep the seal nice and clean. You don't want to get those dirty. If you get these dirty, then they don't do their job properly. So I like to keep those nice and clean. Now what we can go ahead and do is slide this out of here. Not sure how well you guys can see that, but we'll slide that out of there. There is a little piece that just fell down in there, and it helps keep the seal on these, so you really want to pay attention to those. Make sure they don't go flying off somewhere like mine almost did. There you go. You can see it's just that little bitty guy right there. Put that up there as well. And now that we've got that out, slide it out of the zip tie. Actually, we'll just go ahead and cut the zip tie. Cut the zip tie. Alright, so now that the zip tie is cut, we can just unplug this. And this is, for those of you that aren't familiar, just try to remember, this is plugged into our channel 2. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug that. Throttle is almost always gonna be on your channel 2. I'm pretty sure it's always gonna be on channel 2. I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't be. So, there we go. Undo that just like that. Now we can see where we want to put our BRXL. The best thing to do is see about wire placement first. You definitely want to make sure that you're leaving plenty of room for things such as your wires. There's plenty there. These can be extended. You got to think about, you know, where do you actually want your wires to be at? Do you want them on this side, the other side? Alright, so now you can see I've got the wire ram back in there. We'll go ahead and just plug that back into our number 2 channel just to make sure that we don't forget. Go ahead and push that down in there. So now that part's almost done. This is where you don't want to forget this. Make sure you put this little piece back in on top to help seal it up there. And there we go. Just like that. Now we can put this on. Make sure your seal is straight. You don't want to mess the seal up. And we're good. I'll go ahead and put the screws back in this. Alright, so now that we've got the ESC actually hooked up to the receiver, we can go ahead and get the motor wires hooked up to the ESC as well. And then after that, we can go ahead and solder our Dean's plug back on here. And we should be ready to plug it in at that point and go. We're going to be running the factory configuration on this ESC to start with because I've had good luck with it already. John Holmes actually programmed it to be his personal favorite setup out the box, so it's actually a really good tune. So we'll run that first, see how it does, and then we'll just make adjustments as we need to. So let's go ahead and go. Alright, so now the motor wires are connected. We're going to go ahead and try to tuck those down in here as good as we can. If you remember right, we had them tucked in really well in the last episode here, so try to do that again as best we can. Now what we're gonna need to do is solder on some Dean's plugs here. I think what we'll do is we'll probably just steal this one off the axial ESC and just solder that right on there. Should work good, so let's do that. I'm gonna leave enough here so that if I need to solder something back onto this ESC, I can. So I'll leave enough there. I'll take about this much, which plenty. I like to have a little extra just in case. Get those wires buried. All right, now we'll go ahead and get these soldered up and we should be good to go. All right, so now it's time to see if this actually works. The moment of truth here. We've got everything soldered up. We've got our lid on there. I made it extra long for this one. We've got to go ahead and put some double stick tape on this still. I have not done that yet, but we'll do that in a minute. For now, let's just go ahead and see if this works. Oh, let's turn the radio on first. There we go. Plug this in. Oh, did I not have the right one? Oh, I got the wrong radio. There we go. Now I got the right radio. Make sure our direction is correct. Nope. Alright, so the first thing you notice is our motor direction is incorrect. So here on the factory axial one, what you do is just go to the back here and flip that from in to R, which is normal to reverse. And obviously it's taken off on us. I'm gonna go ahead and turn our throttle trim down a little bit. There we go. And we're back in business. So, super smooth startup. That is amazing. Super quiet. There we go, you guys. That's it. She's officially ready to go. It's extremely quiet, and I don't want to do no damage to it now. I want to save all the brushes for out on the trail. So I'm going to go ahead and get this double stick taped, get the body back on here, and on the next episode, we're going to head out somewhere scenic because the weather is beautiful. We're going to head out somewhere scenic, and we're going to go hit some trails. So thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. You already know what it is. Piece of chicken grease, fam. Yeah.